All right, everyone, another news roundup starting right now with all the updates on our Washington Commanders. Quick, direct information, no fluff. If you're new, subscribe now and make sure you don't miss anything about the team. Don't forget to like the video so I can continue making them. So, to start, the Atlanta Falcons are expected to part ways with wide receiver Darnell Mooney. And look, although GM Adam Peters has several names on the list, Mooney's should be at the top. At 29 years old, Mooney is the perfect candidate for a one-year contract, the famous Prove It deal. He's versatile. In 2025, he played wide receiver on both ends and still accumulated over 200 snaps in the slot, according to PFF. That's exactly the versatility that our new offensive coordinator, David Blow, is looking for in his scheme. Many critics point out that his average yards per reception dropped from 15.5 to 13.8 in 2025. But hold on, let's look at the context. Drake London's, Atlanta's WR1's average also dropped. Kyle Pitts plummeted from 12.8 to 10.5 yards per reception. This isn't a decline of the player, it's a systemic decline of the Falcons' offense. Furthermore, reporter Maria Martin highlighted that Mooney played 15 games sacrificed, battling injuries all year, often being the only reliable option besides London. Atlanta suffered from inconsistent QBs, alternating between Michael Penix Jr. and veteran Kirk Cousins. Here in Washington, he would have the stability and arm strength of Jaden Daniels. Mooney is a deep threat who can stretch the field, but is also efficient in yards after the catch on short passes. He has no history of locker room problems, and the price will be quite affordable for Adam Peters. This is the perfect bet for 2026. Do you think Mooney would be the ideal partner for Terry McLaurin, or would you prefer to spend more on an elite name in free agency? I think for the right price, he's a no-brainer. Comment below what you think. Changing the subject, here's the news. Tyler Biadasz has signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Los Angeles Chargers. It's a curious move, fans. Biadasz visited the Bears a few days ago, but the Chargers were aggressive and closed the deal even before the free agency market officially opened. And an important technical detail, since he was waived by us, this signing doesn't affect Los Angeles' compensatory draft picks. Masterstroke by Jim Harbaugh. What's striking is the financial aspect. Biadasz was waived by the Commanders after the 2025 season, where he would have been paid around $8 million in 2026. Now, in the open market, he's secured a salary increase, jumping to an average of $10 million per year. Drafted by the Cowboys in 2020 from Wisconsin, he fulfilled his rookie contract and signed with us in March of 2024. He was the central pillar of our offensive line in 2025, starting in 16 games. He was the voice of the offensive line for Jaden Daniels most of the time. Now the burning question is, if the market paid him $10 million a year, why did Washington decide he wasn't worth the $8 million stipulated in his contract? Clearly, Adam Peters and our coaching staff are looking for a different profile to protect Jaden Daniels in 2026. Perhaps someone with more physical strength or more agility for the new scheme. But it's ironic to see a player leave here and be immediately valued by a coach like Jim Harbaugh, who's obsessed with offensive lines. Do you think Biadasz will be missed, or is Washington right to clean house and look for something better for the center line? Was the $10 million the Chargers paid an exaggeration, or did we lose a good starter? Let us know in the comments. Now, to wrap up today's updates, Matthew Berry brought information from internal sources that dropped like a bombshell. 2026 should be Terry McLaurin's last year with the Washington Commanders. Berry recalled that there was an ugly contract dispute last year before McLaurin turned 30. They reached an agreement, but 2025 was a disastrous year. Terry suffered from injuries and his performance dropped.
Now, at 31, we're entering the last year of guaranteed money on his contract. Logically, if the team hesitated to pay him at 30, the chance of them renewing with him at 32 is almost nil. If you look at the contract structure, it all makes sense. The agreement was designed to be, in practice, a 2-year contract with an easy exit after 2026. In 2027, McLaurin's cost jumps to $34 million, and in 2028, it reaches $39.5 million. There is no way Adam Peters will pay almost $40 million for a 33-year-old WRR. If Terry has an incredible 2026 under David Blau, he becomes the perfect candidate for a trade. Trading him after June 1, 2027 would save $28 million in salary cap space and still yield draft picks to continue the rebuilding process. With the captain's imminent departure, Washington needs to act this offseason. Jayden Daniels can't be left without an elite weapon. 2 names are at the top of the list. He's testing the market after shining with the Colts. At just 26 years old, he led the NFL in yards per reception and would be the perfect vertical target for Jayden's arm. With the 7th overall pick, Carnell Tate's name gains strength. He's compared to CeeDee Lamb for his polished routes and sure hands. He would be a replacement from the same receiver factory that Terry himself came from. It's hard to accept. Terry McLaurin carried this team on his back during the darkest years of our history, with 11 different QBs. Seeing him leave will be the end of a chapter, but perhaps it's the necessary step to the next level of the Jayden Daniels era. Do you prefer to try one last contract extension with Terry, or do you think it's time to trade him for draft picks and sign Alec Pierce? Comment your honest opinion. Next, Commanders, thank you for watching. Did you like the video? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important that we're in this together. Thank you for everything, and let's go, Commanders!